Hey there, true crime friends. Oh my goodness. This morning, I was laying in my bed sick, but then I think the gossip has healed me because I'm feeling just fine now. I'm probably going to sleep like a log. But look, this is a special report, okay? This is a special report on the breaking interview that has taken place between one Miss Tasha K, infamous gossip blogger, and Sonya Waller, who is Shirley Strawberry's husband's mistress. Ernesto's mistress. Child, look, I have an entire Shirley Strawberry playlist. So if you are behind, then please go get caught up because this is not the time or the place to get everybody caught up. This explosive interview took place just last week in wherever Tasha K lives. Everybody who has been up on the Shirley Strawberry case has been talking about this interview. So it was really kind of a group effort because Miss Tasha K, she is very busy. She's out here beating the bushes and finding all the people who were up to the no good. And she's talking to all of them. And she's like, I don't have time to go out here and listen to 1,000 phone calls or whatever and get all the information. So I'm giving my sources. I am citing references for this special report because there's a lot of information. There was a ton of information in the Tasha K interview. And I'm going to go over all of it right now. But look, I have so many. Look at the amount of notes I have. I never have this many notes on anything. Okay, so look. Tasha K is the blogger who is out here on the YouTubes with her channel that had the interview. And then she used as resources, the same resources I use. Oh, me, Tasha K, me and you got something in common. I also listened to the infamous Sylvia. I listened to Real Talk Bougie. And Grown Woman Vibes. Child, Grown Woman Vibes keeps me in stitches. And many thanks to one of my YouTube followers. One of my gossip core put me on to Grown Woman Vibes, and I am eternally grateful to whoever put me up on that channel because that channel was everything. And of course, thanks always to Phone Calls from Prison, who is all over the phone calls from prison. But look, the interview begins, right? Silly Sonya the side chick, comes in and she's like recording on her little phone like, oh, I'm here at the Tasha K studios and she's going to talk to me and I'm going to get out here in these streets and I'm going to clear up Ernest's name. And I was like, let me get this straight. Ernest is a married man. He's not married to you. Y'all been friends for just 2 or 3 years. But now you're out here on Beyonce's internet. Talk about this man like you his lawyer. Okay. Hold for hire. Okay. I'm just trying to understand. I'm just trying to get it clear. This is what I found out. First of all, Miss Shirley Strawberry, in my humble opinion, 100% complicit in the crimes and the shenanigans that her husband has been up to. Now, look, do I have proof of that? Absolutely not. But I have a brain. I could put things together. Child, this is the gossip, the rumor, and the innuendo portion of the segment of the show. Think of Shirley Strawberry as Carmela Soprano. Carmela was not out there roughing people up and doing crimes, but Carmela Soprano in the TV show The Sopranos she knew what her husband was up to, but she was like, look, this is a don't ask, don't tell situation. He's not asking me nothing. I'm not telling him nothing. We just gonna look pretty and go and do what we have to do at all these family gatherings, and everybody knows, and everybody gonna act like they don't know, and y'all just be quiet because Miss Shirley's case, she was happy to sit up. She was flossing for the gram. Oh, she wanted everybody to know, this is my husband, and he's in a beautiful suit, and he has his own company, and we have a lot of money. Meanwhile, back at her house in real life, child, in the 8 years they were married, they got evicted 5-6 times. Her wages are being garnished for all kinds of stuff. Child, please. Okay, but anyway, let me start with this interview. So, Shirley's husband, Ernesto, is currently in prison on 9 different cases. They're trying to put it all together for a RICO case. There's something like 37 or 39 different charges. It's a whole bunch of charges. But Sonya, the side chick, was like, I am here to defend Ernesto's honor. And he has a couple of little charges. And I had an investigator. Shirley Strawberry had an investigator go look after Ernest after all this stuff started coming up. And Sonya, the side chick, was like, she didn't really find anything. Their marriage was perfectly fine until he got arrested. If my husband is getting arrested, things are not going well at my house. I'm just going to let you know. But Shirley Strawberry went on Instagram, and she said out of her very own lips, I guess with her very own typing fingers, she was like, well, after all these things came to light, I have found that I'm going to need to leave my husband because he was using me for clout. And he was buying expensive things that I knew nothing about. And I can't believe you would think I would be involved in this. My private investigator told me that he was involved in fraud. He was having affairs. And he even got another woman pregnant. Wait, what? Okay. Any one of those would have been enough for me to leave you. But y'all, I got different standards than Miss Strawberry. So, okay. Meanwhile, back over at the interview over at Tasha K's, little silly Sonya is sitting there. She's like, I'm here to defend my man. And then bring, her phone rings. And it's Ernesto on the phone. And she's like, oh, you want to talk to Tasha K? Here you go. So she hands the phone over so that Ernesto and Tasha can have a little chitty chat. Okay. Here are my notes on the Ernesto conversation. First of all, from the first words out of his mouth, this man sounded shady as anything and arrogant. And he was like, that's not my mistress. That's just my friend. Me and her been friends for 3 or 4 years. And I don't know why anybody would think anything else about it. Now, the reason that I'm in prison on all of these charges is because the police set me up. You know how the Roswell police be doing. They just set everybody up. And Tasha K was like, but wait, what about this crime and this crime and this crime and this crime and all your accomplices or whatever? He was like, I don't do crimes with other people. I'm a loner. I don't do crimes with other people, sir. Translation, you do crimes alone. You act alone. Okay. Duly noted. That's the lie you telling us right here, right now. Okay. And then the more Tasha pushed him, the madder he got. And at a certain point, he was like raging and yelling and ranting. And he was just like, I am unjustly charged. I'm being held without a case, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, sir. I'm probably going to need you to simmer down, because the idea that people are afraid of you, you say nobody should be afraid of me, but when you screaming that nobody should be afraid of you, that makes me think maybe people should be afraid of you. Then Tasha asked one of the burning questions that has been out here in these YouTube streets, and that is, are you and Shirley Strawberry legitimately married? Because here's the thing. 30 years ago, Ernesto married a woman named Edith. They have never gotten divorced. They got married back in the 80s, the 90s. No, they got married in the 80s. They have a 37-year-old daughter together. They have never gotten divorced. Meanwhile, he's married 4 or 5 other women. Oh, sir. Bigamy, also illegal. But it is very clear he don't concern himself with laws and rules and stuff like that. That's not where his strengths lie. So, okay. And so ultimately, Tasha K was like, please calm down. What I need you to answer is one question. Are you married to Shirley Strawberry? Now, everybody saw on the Essence magazine, you got married and Steve walked her down the aisle and gave her away, and that was all wonderful. Here's the thing, though. After you get married, you then have to turn that completed license back in. If you don't turn that license back in, then you're not really married. You socially married. People will invite you as a married couple. You can wear your ring and everything, but are you married? In the eyes of the law, no. Okay. So he was like, as far as I know, I'm married. And child, if I was Tasha K, I would have been like, to who? To Edith, to Sylvia, to any of them other grandmas that you say that thought they were married to you and thought they got divorces and all this other stuff, child. These people are not legally married, but he's dodging the question. And then after a while, he had to get off the phone because his minutes was running out, because you know that jail money don't last forever. Okay, that's fine. And here comes Sonya. Okay, so I'm just here because I'm his friend and I want to talk. And so Tasha K was like, just tell me this. Are you the side chick? And he was, what? What is a side chick? Tasha was like, look, I'm hood. You the side bitch? Because the side piece, whatever you want to call yourself. Whatever. She was like, we are just friends. We are just friends. Cut to, look, the editors over there at the Tasha K show, shady in all the best possible ways. They then insert the phone call of Sonya on the jail phone calls, talk about her lady humps and her kitty cat and all the stuff. She was like, oh yeah, I'm keeping it warm for you, daddy, and all of this talk. Oh, so see, I have friends. Some of them are male. You know what I don't talk to them about? My lady, none of my nether region, none of that. They don't know nothing. That's never a topic of conversation. Oh, we talk about the weather. We talk about vacations. We talk about all kinds of stuff in the local community. Oh, you going to the PTA meeting? Because I'm going to the PTA meeting. Whatever. We don't talk about all of the other stuff. And Sonya apparently has positioned herself as she's doing the Lord's work. You see, his wife, Ernest's wife, Miss Strawberry, is all precious and up on a mountain, and she can't be talking nasty on the phone. But Sonya, as an act of charity, is talking about her coochie out here on the internet with a married man who's not her husband. Okay, is that the coochie ministry? I'm trying to understand. I mean, maybe the Lord has sent her into his life more like the devil sent her into his life. And she's ministering unto him. Okay. That's fine. According to Sonya, they met because she was just walking down the street past the place, and she was like, oh, I would like to rent that place. Oh, I can't get in touch with anybody associated with that place. Let me just walk up and knock on the door. And Mr. Ernest happened to be there, and they started talking, and then they got to be really good friends because they had some things in common, and after that, they spoke on the phone every day. Okay. That's the lie she was telling yesterday on the interview. What she said in the jail phone calls when she didn't know all of us were listening was that they met God knows where, and that they did it off rip. Okay, the first night y'all met, y'all just hopped in and said, oh, okay. No shade to grown people who want to get down like grown people do, but wow. Okay, but she was single, he was not. Also, during the course of their friendship, it was very clear to him. She said she found out after 2 weeks that he was married. Okay, that's fine. During the course of their 3-year friendship, Sonya's like, oh, he was sleeping with this lady, he was sleeping with that lady, and he was sleeping with this lady. Okay, got you. So, he met one lady at a coffee shop. He met another lady at a gas station. Another woman was down on her luck. So he just meets random ladies all over the place, gets friendly with them, sleeps with them, and then asks them for money. Rinse and repeat, because this is a story we hear over and over and over again. He got $250,000 from this one. He got $5,000 from this one. He got a couple thousand here and a couple thousand there. And then when he would disappear from the women, all the women would reach out and call away. And when they couldn't get in touch with Shirley Strawberry directly, they were like, let me just go on her social media. Dear Shirley, I got to tell you something. Me and your husband been getting it in, and now he's disappeared. Sent. Ma'am, that's not how that works. Listen. Confession time. When I was a young girl, in my 20s, if I saw a young man that I thought was attractive, I would be like, hey, how you doing? If they had a girlfriend or whatever, I was like, that's how your girlfriend's problem. That's not my problem. Now look, now I'm an old lady and I'm a wife. I don't get down like that. I used to be young and foolish. Didn't we all used to be young and foolish? And a man could tell me any slick lie. I'd be like, okay, good enough. You can take me out to dinner. You can take me to the movies, whatever. But these people, these are all grown people. Ernesto is in his 60s, in his 50s. No, he's about to be 60. And Shirley's about to be 70. You meeting other age-appropriate women and just bedding them on the first night and taking their money? Listen, even if I was easy enough for you to just get the situation on the first night, you're not getting none of my money. No, sir. Maybe that just means I'm cheap. Maybe that means I'm hard to get. Here's the thing, though. When I was single, people used to be like, you playing hard to get. I was like, oh, that's where you confused. I'm not playing. I am hard to get. Child, I know my worth. I know my value. So Miss Sonya is out here helping Ernesto in his endeavors and aiding and abetting while he picks up various women, beds various women, hides it from his wife, and takes money from all these different women. Now he's a big mad that he got caught. Oh, the police are setting him up. Oh, it's a scheme, it's a this, it's a that. And ultimately, Tasha K was like, so there's some child P charges out here and some grape charges. Grape, I said with a GR. But you know what I'm talking about. There's some intimate assault charges going around. What's the story with that? And she's like, see, now what happened was her whole story sounded like when you ask your kids, how does lamp get broken? Listen, the kids got every story in the world, and they got all the pieces and parts of a story, and they trying to glue them back together, but it does not really make good sense. That's the kind of story she was talking about. Now, see, he was messing with this girl, and he took a car from this woman and gave it to that woman, and now this woman is saying that she was assaulted, but no, really what had happened was she wasn't assaulted. He just took this one's money. Child, please. So at the end of the day, Ernesto was up to no good. And the side chick's story is that Ernesto bought a used computer. Okay, you driving around in Bentleys and going on fancy vacations, and you in Dubai and all over the places, but you bought a used computer. Why wouldn't you just go down to Best Buy and pick you up a computer? It does not make sense to me. But Sonya's like, he bought a used computer and it wasn't properly wiped. And the computer had these images on it that included some buggery and some inappropriate underage, whatever. Those were not his, ma'am. Ma'am. Now, what you're not going to do is look me straight in my face and just lie right to me. That's what you're not going to do. But okay, she kept it going, and she was like, okay, let's see. Well, Ultimately, Tasha K was like, okay, Tasha was real friendly, real cool. Let the lady talk. She asked all her questions, but Tasha really didn't know that much about the case. So when this woman would lie straight to her face, Tasha would be like, okay, and take her at her word. At the end of the interview, she was like, look, this is what I think is going on. I think y'all are running a romance scam. I was like, ooh, Tasha don't even know the whole case. She hasn't even heard all the phone calls, but she got clearly what the rest of us could see. She was like, yeah, I think he was out here selling ding-a-ling. I was like, oh, okay. All right. And I thought, she said, I think that he's out here basically being a gigolo, getting money from all these different women, and you were helping him. Now that he's all locked up in prison, he's all sad and crying and talk about he was set up and a blah, blah, blah. His wife is like, oh, no, I'm not built for this life. I am not used to dealing with these kind of men. So I'm going to be out of here. Thank you and good night. Enter Sonya, the side chick, who has moved from Florida to Atlanta specifically so that she could help Ernesto with his case. Oh, I don't know that kind of love. Maybe I have not known true love in my life. But let me get this straight. You've known a man for 3 years. According to her, she's only seen him face to face a handful of times. She calls him every day in prison. She works so that she could get money to put on his books. And she has relocated from the state of Florida to the state of Georgia so that she could spearhead his case and run everything and make sure everything goes good on his case. Gotcha. That is some true dedication. Here's the thing, though. Miss Shirley Strawberry has told the world on her social media, on the Steve Harvey Morning Show, she's leaving this man. This is her estranged husband. They getting a divorce. She doesn't want any parts of it. Blah, blah, blah. ABC 1, 2, 3. Ernesto, in very recent phone calls, has said, I can get Shirley back. I know I can get Shirley back. I'm not even worried about that. I know all the things I need to say to her to get her back. And I was like, oh, maybe that's his hubris. And then one of these bloggers, child, the infamous Sylvia, has no chill. Miss Sylvia is like, let me just go on down to the court. I am now an ad hoc reporter. She is Miss Sylvia with her little camera and her little whatever. She's now press. If me and you got some free time, we could just show up at the court and fill out all the proper paperwork, and you can be pressed. Show up with your little iPhone 14 and be like, well, now I'm recording because now I'm the press. So Miss Sylvia goes and she sets up her cameras and she's recording all the cases and everything else. You know who she saw sit in the courtroom? Shirley Strawberry. After Miss Strawberry has claimed she doesn't want anything to do with this man, she's leaving him alone. She just got her multi-million-dollar raise from the company, blah, 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 whatever. She was recently spotted in the courtroom at one of Ernest's hearings. Is she really gone? Is she standing by her man? What is that, Tammy Wynette, standing by her man? Is she Carmelo Sopranoing up the situation? I'm going to guess, yes, she is. But you ain't heard that from me. Look, last but certainly not least, Tasha K tonight, on the heels of this explosive interview with Silly Sonya the side chick, did a round table right here, free on YouTube, where she has all the bloggers who helped her gather information for this story all together on her channel, and they sit and they talk about all the situation. So it's Tasha K, the infamous Sylvia, Real Talk Bougie, and Grown Woman Vibes, and Phone Calls from Prison drops in. They all sit and have a little chat about the entire Ernesto situation. Now look, I keep saying last but not least, but I promise this is the last thing. Dre, who is Ernesto's friend, Dre has been very clear on the phone calls. He's been like, I'm Team Shirley. I don't know what you're doing, but I'm Team Shirley. But Dre is out here looking at all the social media, and Grown Woman Vibes, Nyla, was like, I think I need to talk to Dre. Because Dre sound cool. Dre is hilarious. And Dre puts his foot dead in Ernesto's behind and gives it to this man straight. He's like, yep, you ain't ish, but I'm going to be your friend. I'm with you till the wheels fall off. And now everybody is trying to talk to Dre because at least he seems like an honest dealer. He's just like, look, I think my friend is getting done wrong, but I'm still going to be his friend. Even if he's a bad guy, I'm still going to be his friend. Everybody needs a friend like that. I don't know that I'm that good a friend, but good on Dre. And so, Dre has expressed an interest in going on Grown Woman Vibes and talking about the entire situation. And if Dre shows up, child, I will be perched. I will be there. I will be ready to go. I will watch every single last second of it. And of course, I will report back. That is it for tonight. Like this channel, subscribe to the video. No, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.